That being said,
definitely.
So going into because mid credit scene, that doesn't mean anything. So end credit scene, it's 14 months later. They're in the newly reinvented Avengers Tower, and there's some strife, obviously, because at the end of Brave New World, Captain America, Sam Wilson, is making his own team. So now, at this point in the story, we have two quote-unquote Avengers teams. And they're trying to feel like, who are the real Avengers? Or is it these essentially dark Avengers from the comics, or the Avengers, Sam Wilson's team? And they're talking about that. They get an intercom because Yelena says, "Oh, we got a space crisis." They get an image. It's a ship coming down to Earth. It turns over, and we see the four from the upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps.
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen that, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, okay, first of all, this is one of their longest end credit scenes they've had since I don't know when. It's been a minute.
What, Civil War?
Baby. Because I think that end credit scene was like 2.5 minutes, but I almost felt nervous because again, when I was sitting in there, everyone else, I'm saying everyone else, like it wasn't just two other folk. When the movie ended, they got up and left.
So it was just you?
It was just me. Even as the credits were rolling, the people came in, like the movie theater people about to clean up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope they don't tell me to leave. So I'm like, damn. But we see that. When I seen it, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is probably one of their better end credit scenes they've had in a while. You know, something that actually leads to the other movie. Mm-hmm. What do y'all think about it?
Maybe I'm the only one. I think probably like Jeff or something. He probably saw what I saw. I was looking at as the credits were rolling and stuff, and it got to like the music score, and they were doing like the credits and stuff, and then on the side of it, it said Fantastic Four theme. And I was thinking about like in the movie, I said, they didn't talk about the Fantastic Four. And I was like, oh, bro, they just saw the Fantastic Four. So it was spoiled for me. And it was just like, I stayed off of social media. I tried not to look at anything. I didn't look at no reviews or anything. And just probably like 10 seconds before the scene was supposed to start, I saw like Fantastic Four theme. And I said, bro, they're going to show the Fantastic Four in some kind of way. So I was kind of like, had I not seen that, I probably would have appreciated it a little bit more. But it would have been just as predictable. I was like, they have to tie it in somehow into the next movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see that spoiler.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the scene. I mean, I started clapping.
Mm-hmm.
It was like half of our theater started clapping, the other half was gone. I don't know why people was leaving, but I really enjoyed this scene. But what it does tell me,
dead.
It ain't dead. It's just been on a lull. But what that scene does tell me about Fantastic Four is them niggas planet get fucked.
Oh man, destroyed.
Yeah, the only thing that I walked out of there like, damn. Well, that kind of spoils the outcome of Fantastic Four. Like, we know Galactus is about to have a buffet on them niggas' planet, so we know Fantastic Four is coming, and Franklin, because Franklin is born during the events of First Steps, hence the name. So that was another thing I was thinking, because I was thinking this could either be before the ship turn. I'm like, this is either Doom's ship or something else. I was thinking like, okay, well, like you said, Jason, they gotta tie this. So it's Doomsday somehow. So I'm thinking, okay, well, Doom. Because I'm thinking back then in the early 10 years of Marvel, everything led to Thanos. So unless they pull a wild card and Jonathan Majors walk through that bitch again.
They not letting him 50 feet near the set, boy.
Man. I hope
they got his picture up on a wanted poster, bro.
Oh, shit. I actually hope not, because that means they're just gonna slaughter him. They're gonna pull a fucking Taskmaster. They're gonna slaughter him in the first 30 seconds.
They gotta tie the loop somehow, man. They got to.
I mean,
they gotta do something, man.
If they're able to do this in Thunderbolts, they're probably just as bold to do it in Doomsday.
Yeah.
I will say they probably do gotta. If they don't kill him on screen, they're gonna have to mention it off screen, because Loki was too big of a show and he was all in that, and Loki is probably their best show, so you can't leave that out.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to mention him at least for 1 minute.
Yeah, I will say so, because there was a lot to kind of unpack from that, because now it makes me think, okay, we're gonna have essentially at least 4 teams in Doomsday. We're gonna have the 2 Avengers teams from 616, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's not to say if Doom don't bring his own niggas in there.
Yeah,
because we know Chris Evans is coming back. There's rumors and the popular theory he's gonna bring his own like Cabal type team where it's Hydra Cap and some other niggas, Hyperion, I don't know. But pretty much they're his own Dark Avengers, which is what the leader alluded to. And I also brought this up when we did our Brave New World review. Like, it might just be the X-Men, they come in, they're trying to protect their planet, and they fucking up the 616 in the process, which is how we get mutant hate, because these other people from this world, they don't know who they are. They're like, who are y'all to think y'all can just come in here and say we don't matter, essentially? Fuck all y'all. Fuck all this mutant shit. Or there's someone that comes up, whether it's a William Stryker or some FOA person from 616, like, it's the mutants that did this. They did this to our planet. They're a problem. They're a menace to society. And then that's how we get into the mutant saga. Because we know this is not a secret. Kevin Feige wants to jump into mutants so bad. It's not even funny.
Because that's so like, what everybody's anticipating, what they want. That's what everybody wants. My only thing is this here. After we jump into the mutant saga, what else is it?
Like, better bring back them Inhumans. Oh shit! Outside of that, Nova, I don't know.
I don't know if you remember that report. That don't get me started.
Oh, sorry. That was a soft part. My bad. We're not gonna talk about Blade. Okay,
man, that movie not happening.
Especially after Sinners. Ain't no way we get a Blade movie within 2 years of Sinners coming out. Especially after reports. But
don't talk about it.
So, in credit scene, obviously, I think personally it was exciting, but I'm like, damn, y'all kind of spoiled the end of Fantastic Four. But it's like we kind of knew that was going to happen, because Galactus, like, who's stopping that?
Yeah,
Reed Richards ain't that. He's the smartest nigga in the universe, but he ain't that powerful to stop an immovable object or like an unstoppable force.
Shit, he said it on the trailer. They said, "What can we do?" He said, "I don't know.
I don't know."
So
we'll protect you. Are we gonna be all right? We will protect you. No, you're not.
I'm also interested to see how they bring up, because I think there's going to be like an end credit scene or some scene in the Fantastic Four movie where they talk about Robert Downey Jr. Doom. I think he's going to show up.
Man. At this point
in that timeline of that universe's Fantastic Four, he's been Doom. Like, he didn't like in the movie. He's just becoming Doom. He's been Doom as long as they've been the Fantastic Four. So
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
He's been I was about to say gooning around. He's been on the street, but I don't think they're gonna show him.
He gonna teleport Latveria to Earth, the next Earth.
Because what is this? This is all setting up what Battle World? Like once they all did, because what's gonna end up happening? There was like reports and stuff that all these worlds and stuff get like destroyed or something, and it's only gonna be like his world that he like creates. And all
Yeah,
that.
that's how Battle World is. But they do because it's Secret Wars and Secret Wars, then Secret Wars. They do I forgot which iteration of it, but they fight and then it goes to Battle World because they take pieces of each kind of like world or universe and make one.
Which I don't know if they're gonna. I think what they'll do in Doomsday is essentially kind of how they did Infinity War. Like it's gonna be about the Avengers, but it's more so gonna be about Doom being a threat, and y'all need to watch out. Like essentially what they did in Infinity War with Thanos, I think they're gonna do that with Doom times 20. So on a grander scale, and it's like it has to be because it's involving other universes.
They gonna make Doom kill all the anchor beings and set up new anchor beings in these universes and take pieces from them. I'm just saying random shit.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I was in there. I was right there with you. I was like, that's all right.
I'm just saying random shit. But that would be kind of live if he go in there and like either kill the anchor beings or take them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that in the original comic run, the anchor being, quote unquote, unless you want to call it that, was Molecule Man. So unless they introduce Molecule Man in Fantastic Four, we need an equivalent to that. Which, like you said, it could be the anchor beings because they are the literal anchor of their universes. If he's going around taking them all, my question is, who's the anchor being in 616?
Ironheart.
Oh, where the trailer at?
Exactly.
Where the trailer at?
I didn't want to go into it, but I'm like, we're not talking about
that
trailer or the Wonder Man show or any other. We're not gonna talk about the other projects. Okay.
Man.
Yeah, because the last movie in this phase is Thunderbolts, and I think the last, and that goes into phase 6. So I think everything after Fantastic Four is phase 6, including the shows. So we got, because Ironheart is supposed to come out next month.
Next month, yeah,
June 24th.
We haven't
June 24th, 2020. We haven't heard. We've only gotten TV spots.
No,
Marvel TV spots. That show comes out next month, feet.
Do you know what I think that Marvel is going to do? They're going to drop all the episodes when it premieres. It's not going to do a week-to-week thing. It's just going to be, here y'all go. Here's Ironheart. No promotion, no trailer. I don't even think I've seen like a poster or anything. Nothing.
Well, do you remember when they had like that first look when it was Riri Williams' face and then the mask?
Yeah.
And then that just caught all the hate in the world.
Oh, man.
All the biggest came out their caves.
Oh, yeah.
Came from under their bridges.
Again, this is their problem. They introduce a character in a project, and they don't do anything with them for 2 years. Then let's throw them in a project. People care about them, right? No, we haven't seen her since fucking Wakanda Forever.
But people are excited to see whatchamacallit. The same thing with Shang-Chi. When's the last time that Shang-Chi was in something? Was that 2022 or 23?
The last thing Shang-Chi was in was his own movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was like 19. Was that 20? It was a long time ago.
The pandemic came and went.
The funny thing is, if you him on Twitter,
came out in 2021.
Oh God, him on what's his name? Simu Liu. Yeah, when they was announcing The Doomsday Cast.
Oh, the
He was
chairs, yeah.
sweet. I think it was like, I hope I have a job.
Yeah.
Was his name on the list?
Yeah,
it was.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. I think so. I think his second movie isn't coming out until after the Secret Wars. Like
Might
it's
not come out.
Phase 7. He's definitely coming back for the movie, but I'm like, who cares? Like he's probably gonna be on Sam Wilson's West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
It's probably because let's just guesstimate the teams right now. So obviously we know on the Dark Avengers, we got Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, Winter Soldier, Ghost,
Sentry,
and John Walker. And on Sam's team, it's probably going to be Sam, Miss Marvel, maybe.
I wouldn't even think her.
But what about all these young? But we also have to, because even at the end of what movie was that? When she was recruiting, was it at the Marvels?
That was
the Marvels.
Like
was it the Marvels?
with the young Avengers and stuff. You still got to think about like Kate Bishop and all these other young folks, the little Black Panther cub.
They ain't gonna be young.
I'm saying, like all these, like they introduced all these young characters and stuff. So I was saying, like, what's gonna end up happening with them?
They're not gonna be young no more. That's why they're changing it to champions. Because by the time they make it, it's not. They're gonna be like in their teens.
But that's gonna be the whole team too. Shit, that's gonna be a fifth team.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be Sam Wilson, his Torres, the Falcon in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Shang-Chi. Whatever Miss Captain Marvel at, I don't think she doing. Thor, maybe. Thor, if we know he's coming back because
probably Shuri
and dead. Yeah, Shuri.
Namor is gonna be in the movie, but I don't know.
Namor gonna be
trying
on
to flood somebody.
Namor gonna be trying to fuck Sue.
Oh yeah, because he's in the whatchamacallit. She's in there, yeah. After she done had a baby, goddamn, man.
They gonna throw Aquafina on that bitch.
Keep her away from this movie, bro.
Just keep her. Like they just need to taskmaster her. If there's one character that y'all could have taskmaster, put her in the Thunderbolts and taskmaster her, bro.
Oh man,
can't stand her as a character. Can't stand her as an actress. Yeah, do her like that.
She's just
you don't think she's funny?
Bro. No, not at all.
Hell no.
The black scent throws me off each time. It's just like the little things that she try to do to sound black and try to. No, it's the same. You know how y'all said it was. Who was it? Michael B. Jordan. That was the same character or something like that.
Don't say y'all. That's them. That's Feek and Jax. They say that.
I thought it was y'all as a collective. Aquafina's the same character. Same character.
My biggest gripe is my only gripe about that take is if y'all have the same take about Mike B. Jordan, you need to have that same energy to Keanu Reeves because he's the same nigga. He's John Wick. He's just John Wick in all his movies. And before John Wick, he was just Neo.
You can't say that. I'm sorry. And Constantine and Speed, The Matrix, completely different characters. I'm sorry.
No.
They're completely different characters.
He didn't do shit in Constantine.
I'm sorry. And even in Shadow and Sonic 3, different character, man. That was definitely depth.
Speak on it.
That was John Wick. That was John Wick, the Hedgehog.
Not at all.
You know it.
We're not gonna talk about Keanu Reeves, bro. We're not gonna talk about Keanu Reeves, bro. They're gonna have to put some respect on his name, man. Aquafina, we could talk about, not Keanu.
But so back to the Thunderbolt. We pretty much talked about the movie ad nauseum.
Yeah. What are y'all final ratings on the movie? Well, Jason, we know yours, but you can say it one more time for the.
I will say it's a 6 out of 10. I can honestly say it was a 6 out of 10. But then I read Jeff's review on his like Medium site, And I'm like, okay, with the mental health and then the battling the inner demons, I was like, okay, had I known that going into the movies, because I'm always comparing each of these Marvel movies to like Infinity War and Endgame. Like you got to try to at least get there or do something to it. So my original was a 6 out of 10. After reading that and understanding that, I give it a 7 out of 10. 7.
Okay. My rating. So I've been reassessing my ratings of movies. So Thunderbolts off the first watch, as this phase of Marvel, it is a 8 out of 10 for me. If I wanted to compare it to all the past projects, not just this phase, it's a 7
Okay.
out of 10.
See?
But I will say this: the acting wise on this movie, I think it's not the best in all of MCU, but I think it's in the upper tier
Okay.
of Marvel acting and cast chemistry. Because there's been some casts that I could tell them niggas don't like each other. But yeah, that's how I said it. 8 out of 10. If I wanted to compare to everything else, 7 out of 10. But it has some of the best acting in all the MCU.
That's fair.
I'll say it's about 7.5. Yeah, about 8 at its highest. Enjoyable. I think at the end of the day, it's still a Marvel movie, but that's not a bad thing. And I think people need to understand that. But I do think, Marvel is trying to go for the jugular because they know James Gunn and his DCU is coming.
Yeah.
They know
They're
Superman
coming,
flying
and they
in.
about to take his lunch. They about to take their lunch money
We'll see.
after the next few years. But I think that's everything. So this is not a normal episode. We will not have a Get in Our Bag or redacted rules. But thank you again, Mr.WhySoSerious, for coming out. Saying that like we ain't say his real name.
Yeah, I was like, all through the thing, I was just about to be like, bro,
I didn't realize it till like halfway through. I said, damn.
That's what Jason was saying. I was like, dang. But yes, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Mr.WhySoSerious. It's been a pleasure to talk with you all. If you haven't already, please go and see the Thunderbolts, Marvel's new iteration to the MCU.
Yes. And with that being said, it's been your boy Dana Dane.
It's been your boy Wafik.
And the one and only
we
Mr. WhySoSerious.
We out.
Peace.
Recipes Chloe, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm step with a fed, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little perk, could be yellow with a brew. 48 for a quick burst. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice, it'll drop like ink. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mate. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic called making Alfredo. I put